the Lambo and go drive it like it's stolen. I've been living wild, I'm just going through the motions. Stumbling out the Uber, grab my hand, gave me the notion. Swimming in your water, but it feels just like the ocean. I can't lie, I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. On my mind, I can't lie. On my mind, I can't lie. Pull you down till you dry. Pull you down till you dry. All the time, ease my mind. All the time, ease my mind. I know that you're dangerous, I'm addicted to you. I was sipping more for 2 years straight to the face. Champagne belly bubbles still won't go away. Last year my best man hit a stain with bare face. Now he's gotta help behind the water's cold case. I wake up with pain sometimes.
Hey, good evening, everyone. We want to welcome everyone to another episode of This, That, and the Third. This is your boy Hook. I'm here with the homie Shannon. Shannon, what's good with
you? Ain't nothing. Just cooling. Cooling. Look, I'm all relaxed and stuff.
I know, right? I thought you had on a moo for a minute. Like, what you got
No, I
on?
got my little Christmas outfit on. It was a Christmas party at work today, so.
I got one of those.
Yuletide spirit.
Exactly. I see my bows. Got my little bows. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance because I'm officially at the age where I got to see to take my glasses off.
Look here.
I got to take my glasses off to see. So if I start doing this number, please forgive me. So tonight we're going to be diving into the reported Sherrone Moore situation. Is an alleged inappropriate relationship with a staff member and a threatening escalated situation that actually occurred, right? So we're breaking down the questions it raises about power, about consent, about accountability and leadership. And, I don't know who's all been through what situations, but listener discretion is highly advised. Now, Shannon, you and I spoke briefly about this leading up to today. So, like, what are your initial thoughts about what happened in terms of what you know? And do you think that there were any lines that were crossed?
Over their lines crossed? Are you serious? Like, that's a serious question. There was tons of lines crossed, but I'm in transparency. That's why we got a cast of a lot of men today. When you said, come, let's talk about Sherrone Moore, I said, who the hell is that? I was like, who the hell is that? Like, I had saw the story, but his name wasn't in my head when you said, let's talk about it. So, like, I saw the story, and I'll admit, the first thing I thought was, again, like,
Playing in that snow.
Why? And then I saw the other picture, and I said, again, why? Why do our men keep choosing this path?
Nope.
Like what's going on? So that's what I first thought. Like I said, at first I didn't know who the hell you was talking about. So
And in terms of an opinion, I'm not going to offer much of one tonight because I really want to hear what the guests have to say. Right. The only thing that I commented about the entire situation, I posted a picture on Facebook, and it was a picture of his mistress, and it was a picture of his wife, and I said, at this moment, this is when I realized that this ain't none of my business because I ain't got nothing to do with what he got going on over there, right? All right. So before we dive into it, we're gonna give our guests an opportunity to introduce themselves. So, guys, if you would, please give the listeners a quick sense of who you are and why you're here for this conversation. And Mario, you're a first timer, so we're gonna go ahead and start with you.
Let's go, Mario.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mario. I'm a fashion stylist and image consultant. Working on a few things right now for the end of the year, also for the beginning of the year. And I was asked to come on the show to give my 2 cents on the Sherrone Moore uh, scandal. Just like Shannon, I didn't know who he was. I heard the story, but I didn't know. I didn't dive into it. I had to do my research and look into it. But like Shannon said, it's weird because you look at you know You look at somebody like of his stature, and then you look at the storyline, and nowhere in the storyline did I see the word allegedly.
Mm.
I looked for that word allegedly, and I didn't see that anywhere in the storyline. So yeah, I'm interested to hear what everybody else has to say before I put my 2 cents in. So
Mm.
that's who I am.
All right.
All right. So my name is Christopher O'Berry. I'm Shauna's brother. Hey, listen.
Hey there.
All right, and I've been had the opportunity to be on the show before, and I thank y'all for inviting me back. I'm a residential mortgage broker or loan officer, and I do DSCR deals, ground up construction, different development deals. Also help homeowners with, or people potentially want to be homeowners with credit issues and just understanding how they qualify. Um, when I heard the story, to get into the meat of the matter while we're here, when I heard the story, it was numbing to some degree. Um, it's the same trap, the same. Uh, we fall into this thing. I think it's a proximity thing. I think a lot of times when you're in that sort of a space and you're working in that environment, the opportunities that exist generally come from that proximity, right? And I'm thinking that a lot of these African American males that reach this stage of affluence, they are not encapsulated, but the opportunities are way more abundant. And I think that in a lot of senses they're not only being not in some senses they're matching up opportunity with the people that are close to them.
He's just
So
being
it's
nice. He's
more
just being
it
greedy.
it is greed. It is a greed thing. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that um he's the only, or black men are the only men that have that problem. It's just we're seeing it in the media more so than on the other side. When it's a white female and a black male, it seems to be a storyline, i.e., Tiger Woods, this situation. Um, it just seems to be Bill Cosby. I mean, we can name them all of them, but it just seems to be a theme when it comes to a African American male that has reached that level of prominence. It's like a takedown. It's like, and I say that because this was going on for 4 years, and this was going on for 4 years. So this is not anything new. It's not anything new. Now him having a domestic situation with her, and her fleeing and going to her abode or her home, and him pursuing her after he got fired, then it adds meat to the story. But I think that, um, for instance, Sherman, what's his name for the 49ers?
Richard
The
Sherman.
Richard Sherman, exactly. You remember that incident, and he pursued his wife to her in-laws' house and tried to break in. If y'all remember,
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
okay, he got suspended, fired, kicked out of the NFL. He was a caster. Guess what he's doing today? He's back on the shows in the NFL. He's still a sportscaster. My thing is, again, when you look at the totality of the events, I think it was the culture. We can look at Jim Harbaugh, right? Jim Harbaugh will kind of ushered him in. Look what went on under his regime.
Is this
You
still
know,
your intro?
oh, I'm off the intro. I thought I got the start. I apologize, y'all.
Yeah,
I apologize. I
I
was
had to
really
stop
touching
myself
on the
too.
subject matter, so I
I, wa-
forgot we had another guest. So
I had to stop too because I was like, I
Mhm.
could dig deep,
I'm
but
sitting
then I
here
was
like,
like,
boy, we ain't finna
if
have
we,
no dissertations today now. I know I got a lot of
yeah,
brainiacs on here, but we're gonna keep it short,
all right,
sweet, and
Yeah,
simple.
thanks.
got
Okay.
you.
Well, yeah,
Yo,
that's my introduction. That's who I am.
Okay.
But we'll talk about Sherman
Nice to meet
more
you.
later
Nice
on.
to meet you, Christopher
Thank you.
O'Berry.
Thank you.
yo, Aaron, you back with us?
I hope I'm with
I think it's
y'all.
all right for me.
It's been a task.
We hear you.
We're just doing intros right now, so I know we can't see you. But I know you've been coming off and on. So just tell everybody who you are.
I have no idea what's going on with my link.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, we can still hear you though, so you can still do your intro.
I don't think he can hear us.
Or you can't hear us now either.
Yeah, we'll come back
Okay.
and learn who Aaron
I
is.
got you. Yeah, we'll definitely plug Aaron in as soon as he's able to join us again. But we're gonna go ahead and sounds like you guys already got the conversation started. But we'll
Already. Already.
so we'll officially go ahead and start it now, right? So and really and just to I guess set the tone a little bit. So based on what's been reported and what you guys know, like what stands out to you most about this entire issue? Like what are some of the key things that really stand out to you?
Um, to me, it's another attack. Um, you get to a point and you're just like, let's say he wasn't a coach. Let's say he was a player. Players get involved with these females and they get in trouble, and then all of a sudden it's woe is me. The issue I have is why do you wait till they get to a certain plateau before
Hmm.
you actually say something? Just like Isaiah Thomas. When Isaiah Thomas was with the Knicks front office, him and this young lady was talking for as long as they were talking, and then all of a sudden something snapped, and then he's in trouble. So my issue is why don't y'all come out before they reach this plateau to say I'm uncomfortable, I'm nervous, I don't want to be involved. It's the plateau that they hit before they that's my issue. Why don't you if I'm uncomfortable around Shannon as a female, I'm going to say, "Hey bro, could you help me because I'm uncomfortable around Shannon?" I'm not going to wait until we get live on air to say, "Oh, well, I have an issue with you and you follow me every." No, that's not how you do that.
You
And
talking
that's
about
just me
like from
personally.
the female perspective, like from
From the
the
female perspective, yeah.
mistress? Well, I
Yeah,
mean, the reason why they put them on blast is because they feel like they've been shaded, hurt some sort of way. So the only way they
right.
have power or feel like they have power or a way to get back at the gentleman or to make him hurt as much as he may have potentially made her hurt is to put him on blast.
Put them on
So
Hmm.
blast. But
that is
now it's
why
too
you get
late.
that even in black relationships, white
Yeah.
relationships, interracial relationships, girl on girl relationships, boy on boy relationships, you get.
But I want to interject here because I think that dealing with this guy, the coach, the things that he had going on around him, the salary, the prominence,
Hmm.
the fact that he came in and won a national championship. He came in on the heels of Jim Harbaugh, right? Harbaugh,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, pronouncing that incorrectly. And
Hardball.
Harbaugh, right? And he already had a culture of problems at Michigan. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know, I mean, it was all kind of things going on. I think he got banned from the NCAA for like 10 years, like some sort
Mm-hmm.
of sign scandal or something to that effect. But it was more to it than that. But those were the things they called him out on. So they popped him on his wrist initially. Then they came back and
Mm-hmm.
gave him a lot harsher punishment when
Hmm.
people started to look in and were like, why did y'all only sanction him, slap on the
For
wrist
this.
when
Right.
someone else would have gotten fired? So they didn't
Mm-hmm.
fire Jim because Jim is a product of white male privilege. So he
Right.
was able to not be fired, to exit honorably on his own terms with a job awaiting for him at the Los Angeles, what is it? I'm the Oakland.
Chargers.
No, it's the Raiders. I think he went to the Raiders, right?
Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the Chargers. Okay.
Hmm.
Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sorry. That's right. They moved to Los Angeles. So, he handpicked him. So this stuff, like I said, this stuff was going on the whole time. I mean, they've known each other 4 or 5 years. So Jim Harbaugh was there. He was there doing it. So everyone obviously knew that these two were linking and hooking up, or at least the
Right.
appearance of that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm like you. I look at his wife. and I looked at the mistress, and both of them look like the same Becky. They do. They look like almost the same. One's, of course, the younger one is Wyatt. She's the mistress, and his wife. I don't know. Maybe she don't care. I mean,
Well,
all
you
the
said it's
pictures.
been going on for 4 years because I looked at the picture of him and his children, and they were pretty much like about 4 years old. So I mean, he's been having children and building a family with one woman, and then sleeping around with the other woman, and then want her to have an abortion or made her have an abortion when she got pregnant.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I mean, the irony of
And
the whole situation.
I may just be biased. I don't know, but for me, I don't know when these brothers gonna learn.
mm,
But there's especially now, and you love who you love, right? So when you marry somebody, regardless of race, creed, color, whatever, it is what it is. But we're talking about a mistress, right? First of all, there's nothing good that's going to come from having a mistress
Nothing.
from cheating on your wife.
Nothing.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
now it's going to be compounded when the shit hits the fan and it's a white woman that is your mistress. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't matter what the brother does, he's gonna be vilified regardless. He's gonna be
mm-hmm,
vilified by the white folks. He's gonna be
hmm
vilified by his own community because
hmm
he's dating.
Not supposed to be doing it.
He's not
It's a
supposed to be
social
doing it,
taboo.
right?
Social
Right.
taboo.
Right.
So
Quote
from
unquote.
that standpoint, and again, I don't care. You know, you date who you date, but I just know as for me and my house, you know, we gonna keep it. We gonna keep it in the culture, and it's not that I have anything against white women. It's just that it's all the baggage and the repercussions and the negative things that can happen to me as a result of when shit
hmm
goes bad. If
hmm
something goes wrong with me and the sister, yeah, it's gonna be some drama, but it ain't gonna be no shit we can't handle. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Even
But
ground.
when right, exactly. So when
Look,
it
before
comes,
I
you
think
go on, I need you to block Joe Thompson before we start.
Funny.
I think
all right, go ahead, Mario.
if I may, I think it's a sense of security and understanding because the women that we often deal with, they have a sense of wanting one thing from us, like let's say money or fame or notoriety. Whereas my mistress is only there to hear me complain. She's there to hear me talk
hmm
about what I'm going through. She's there to console me and comfort me. Not saying that is right, but she's there to be that security that I don't get at home. She's
Hey,
there,
hey, hey, King George.
You're
she's
saying that's
there.
what you want her to be there for.
That's typically what they're there for.
Yeah, that's typically the modality, no question
That's
about it.
the
They go,
that's
they're the
typically
release,
they're the
the
release
the
to
escape.
the escape to what
Mm-hmm.
I'm dealing with at home.
How
Mm-hmm.
y'all?
Now,
How
for
y'all?
4 years, say it again.
How y'all know it
How
like that?
Well,
The
we
men
just
talk.
because
because it's common sense.
it's
It's
common.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's
adult type things.
yeah, that's exactly what it
I'm just
is.
curious.
It's
Just
man
like a
speak.
man,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mars
just
stuff,
like a woman cheats on a man for not necessarily sexual activities. She's
emotional.
mentally there.
hmm
A guy cheats on a woman, and he's like, man, I'm going to try to hit the first thing I see. Two different two different people, but they're doing the same thing.
Hmm. It's
The
some need
woman
that's
just
not being met.
exactly.
Hmm.
The woman is not
hmm
necessarily looking for somebody to smash. She just needs somebody that's gonna do what her man is not doing, which is pay attention to me. That's it.
Yeah, I like what Deli said. Play stupid games. You know the rest. You know, you be
Hmm.
out here
Yeah.
making these bad choices, these bad decisions. What you expect when nothing like that can last forever. Eventually, it's going to end, and it's probably going to end badly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's one layer of it, right? And we want to deal with that from a social standpoint, but I think like the crime here, like in my view, is that this gentleman that had worked hard and off merit, he didn't get there because he just happened to be in a particular place and time. He actually had to work to get to that level of prominence, and then to
Hmm.
see it all toppled with a situation that was ongoing for 4 years, and one guy, ex Michigan player, I think that white guy around there blew the whistle. He started making the ruckus about it. Hey, he's sleeping with her. So that sense of it, that layer of it, where you have a white male that saw something he did not like, and then he used his white privilege to contact people that had been around since he was a player at Michigan in order to turn the table on this coach.
Now the
Now,
question is why?
is there another coach in the wing?
Did he
Did they
think it was
want?
a
Did he
DEI
lose? Didn't he lose the
situation?
game?
Was it
Yeah.
a DEI situation? He thought he didn't deserve the position because he only got it because he was a
Uh,
black
and again, we're dealing
man.
with Trumpism. We're dealing with
Yeah.
some Trumpism in the atmosphere
Hmm.
right now. Y'all notice.
Yeah.
So my point is, it's been going on for 4 years. Why now? Why now? You
Wait, 30
know
million? I thought it was 6 million.
who? How
It
much he
was a
made?
lot.
He
It
makes
was a
six
lot.
million a year. I think like six point
A
one million a
year.
year. His contract is like for 28 million. So it's not, it's real money.
No, and I think
Yeah,
when you look at it, like the head coach at the University of Michigan, that's most people's dream job.
no
And it's
question.
Hmm.
like to fumble that bag, and that's what I mean by it goes back to the old
Legacy.
cliche: don't eat where you shit. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Right.
Like it's really just that simple. You can have your pick of the litter
Hmm.
about whoever you want. So why even entertain the idea of dating a subordinate and knowing
Yeah,
that I mean, even at a regular 9 to 5 job, you know how
you
much
know
trouble
there's
you can get in for
problems.
dating somebody who's reporting to you? That's crazy.
There's problems.
Hmm.
There's
Period.
nothing good that's going to come
Fraternizing.
from that.
Fraternizing, no matter how you put it, it's fraternizing. You don't do that. They teach you that one of the first things you learn in management is you don't fraternize.
Sure
Yeah.
is.
And I'm in a unique situation because like I deal with a lot of that because like what I say deal with it. I try to make sure the uh perception of me doing wrong is not there because like I'm in an environment where is I'm working with a lot of women because realtors and a lot of times the decision makers when buying homes and stuff like that are women. So it can be perilous. Like you said, sometimes a woman calls and she done had it out with her husband and the conversation's different. You can tell you're a guy.
Hmm.
Um, my point is that there are levels to this. And I mean, we got personal responsibility and accountability, which is one thing. But then we have a response that is different. And we got to make sure that we can protect our leaders in this environment that we're going into because when we're isolated, we're weak. And like he got isolated. He behaving wrong? Was he doing some wrong things? Yeah. But he's not the
Reckless.
first guy that had a affair. And I don't think firing him the way that they did. She didn't get fired. Why didn't she get
Right.
fired?
I just saw that. She didn't
Yeah.
get fired.
Why didn't she get fired? So
But
if
that
it
but that
was,
normally happens with any person in leadership position. The subordinate seldom ever gets fired because
Yeah.
the leader is expected to know better.
Yeah.
because I can from a
Is it
more
fair? No, but it does
no,
happen.
but from a moral standpoint, both of them were doing
Well, yeah,
something
but if
against
but
policy,
the idea is that
fraternizing.
she was coerced into
Who?
doing
Well,
it because
okay,
they're in a leadership position.
correct. There's
So then
there's
when you
some
fire her,
influence.
you deal
Hmm.
with, other issues that, come up
Hmm.
with unjust firing,
Hmm.
discrimination in the workplace or retaliation,
Hmm.
I think is the correct term when you deal
Hmm.
with her. Because now she can claim she was fired because of that person, or she was fired, or you create
Yeah,
a sexual
hostile
harassment,
environment. Hmm.
hostile work environment. Yeah.
Hmm.
I also understand and realize with the media, they be putting stuff on that technically don't really be all of that. Like
Well,
they
you
add
can't say
stuff
they didn't
to the
say
story.
allegedly. Yeah.
Exactly. They add stuff to the story to put the spotlight on something, and it's like, yeah, that never happened. That all of that didn't happen. And when you listen to the story, or you see different headlines, each headline says something different. where we the people got to put piece it together. And I mean, the situation by itself is tricky, but I try to pay attention to all the facts. Because, like you
Well,
said,
I don't.
why didn't she get fired?
I mean, if
I,
you have a policy against fraternizing, I mean, how does that look? You know what I mean? So, I understand what you're saying, Shannon, about
Mhm.
the subordinate being in a position of vulnerability because of the fact that, hey, I can fire you. Either you
Mhm.
do, I can be nice about it. I might not say it, but hey, you want some extra hours? There's that sort of thing. So there is a lot of influence. There's economic incentives. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, probably for her to perform a certain way. And I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm sure it was. I saw that her salary got increased like 50%, like to 90 something thousand for the role that she played, which is ridiculous. I wondered, did they cut her salary back down? They said he did
Right.
it. They said, yeah, when they started messing around, he jumped her salary.
Well,
And
even those
everybody,
kind of things don't happen on
Mhm.
their own. Someone else had to sign off on it.
Correct.
Like
Indeed.
her
But
salary just ain't gonna go up, and nobody HR, no one. They're
but
probably, especially in
No,
a school of that size.
what's
you
been
know,
rumored though is that everybody knew about it though. Like
correct.
this isn't
The whole
something
Yeah.
where
campus.
everybody's like,
4 years.
oh my God, but everybody knew about it and people
Everybody
did
knew.
whatever
Even
they had to do to
the
cover it
wife
up. So
knew.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
a that,
she did the
that's
typical
some
Becky thing.
that's some things
It could
that
have
when I was
been.
telling people about being on the podcast and they were like, "Oh, the Sherrone Moore story, whatnot." Right before I left where I was before I came here, one of my partners was like, "The wife knew.
Yes, she
the
knew.
The wife knew."
Everybody.
One
She,
one point
she.
one point I want to make is that you it's a I think one of the most valuable human traits that a person can display is humility, right?
Mhm.
And first of all, I want to tell the listeners who don't realize when it comes to Power Four, Power Five college football, there are dream jobs. It's like being in the Fortune 500 of college football. Michigan is one of them. Their rivals, Ohio State. You have all the money in Texas, and then like Alabama. Like, and brothers don't get that shot. Brothers don't get that. You are the head coach at the University of Michigan, man. That is like the one of the crown jewels of college football coaching. So you got to move away. I talked to when this first hit the fan. I was talking to a partner of mine who is a football guy. I'm a basketball guy, but he was saying to me, and it made sense. It was like at some point, Coach Moore had nothing but yes men around him or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
he had no partners. And I'm like, man, that can't be. And we made a point. It was like, there's got to be somebody that he plays because he played college football at a high level. He had to have some sort of teammate that made it or whatnot that would tell him, bruh, that ain't, bro. We can go anywhere, bro. You the head coach of Michigan. We can go anywhere and get not for nothing, and we're
Anybody.
not sugarcoating anything. You can go
Anybody.
anywhere and get any kind of woman you want. We can go
Hmm.
somewhere and get the original one. We go to Scandinavia, someplace like that. You do not have to be messing with somebody who work here, bro. There is no such thing as a shortage on convenience when you got that kind of money. You
Right.
it's
You need
so
me to leave the room so you can say what you really want to say?
no. I'm saying it. It's not anything because all of this is common sense.
And
I don't think
that's
there's nobody that I know that would fumble that.
That
And
bad.
you can be in here, and I
well,
definitely
and
will
that's
respect you. But
mhm.
nobody that I know, none of my partners, I know two of the cats. I've met all three gentlemen, and Chris and Hook, I've known for years and years. And I met the other gentleman at the debate and got a vibe for him. There's no man in here that would fumble that kind of bag for a piece of
Beck.
tail.
Not
No, sir.
me. Not
When
No,
me.
sir.
you have
It,
an unlimited
it might have been a Lewinsky.
variety buffet of there's no when you have that type of money you
Hmm.
making 5, $6 million, and that's just the salary from Michigan.
Mhm.
You probably getting some extra
Endorsements.
money from Nike.
Mhm.
You getting some
Mhm.
extra money from Gatorade. You getting
Mhm.
some extra
Endorsements.
money
Mhm.
from
Whoever. Yep.
Capital One. You getting all this
Under
stuff. This man
Armour.
probably
He
making
getting all that.
12, $14 million a year. You got to have some guys around you be like, bro, you about to mess everything up, man. What is you doing?
Indeed,
Right.
Mario.
And
Go
That's
I
one
ahead.
think he
element of it.
heard that. I'm
Go ahead,
sure he
Mario.
heard that
I'm
What's
a
up,
I'm a
Mario?
more than
I'm gonna
once.
keep it. I'll keep it 100 with y'all. As a man, I'm 43 years old, right? The mindset I had when I was cheating was she's not gonna find out. That's the main. That's the main focus when I was doing what I was doing. Regardless if these people knew that they were dating, they didn't know. They may not, allegedly, they may not have known their personal what they were
Yeah,
doing. Nobody
business.
knows what's going on behind their closed
Doors.
doors.
True.
Everybody knows what's
They
going out
saw.
in the open.
It
Nobody
precedes the
know.
perception.
Thank you. So
Hmm.
the number one thing, you know, young dude trying to get his rocks off, my girl ain't gonna find out. My wife ain't gonna find out.
I
My
would.
my
I would.
shorty ain't gonna find out.
4
That's the
years, right?
mindset.
Yeah,
That's the
true.
mindset.
But I'm gonna say for 4 years, right? He had close calls. He had things that he had to answer to. He
Yeah,
had things that went. Oh, I'm a grown all us grown men. Like even in relationships with girlfriends,
yeah.
that you're gonna answer. And definitely women are extremely inquisitive and they watch everything and guys
Hmm.
got patterns and
You
you
know it.
know, we do, they do it differently. They cheat at work, we go out and do stuff.
Right.
They do stuff in place. So you'll never really know because they're where they're supposed to be.
We
Yeah,
be in
they
Now,
Guys
never
are
break a
Bible.
dumb. We're
routine. They
dumber.
don't break a
We be
routine.
in
well,
Yeah,
Bible
husband,
study.
exactly. We're
We be
dumb.
in
We
Bible
know what y'all
study.
do. We're
We be
dumb.
in Bible study.
Yeah, y'all be in Bible study, you're right? Mm-hmm.
and I'm at
But
the
getting,
gym.
getting hit, getting hit with the Book of John.
We not
That's
gonna.
what's going
That's
on.
a whole nother podcast. A church cheating.
Right?
I'm not sacrilegious, y'all. Excuse the comment.
No, but I will say though, and I, I I do disagree with some of what you said, Mario. You
Hmm.
said that I think that if something goes on long enough, eventually the other person is gonna find out. Like you can only keep that stuff hidden for so long.
No, but the
When it comes to a
mindset
man,
is,
because it when it comes to a man,
She was mad on some Valentine days. To your,
yeah,
she was mad on some
yeah,
holidays. She was
right.
mad.
See,
Trust
that's
me.
dumb. That's dumb. You'll never not have your main woman right on Valentine's Day. That one got to be on the
yes,
13th or the
facts,
15th.
Yeah.
facts.
And one
He's
one
Hey,
thing
what
about
is
what
so
Mario
much?
said, one thing about
What
Mario
is so
said is
much?
true, bro. You you do have a mind state when you in your younger stages when you don't realize the value of who you're with and you just doing what you're doing. A lot of
The
us have been through that
mindset
when we were
is,
younger, right? You have a mind state of she's not going to find out, right? But I will guarantee, I don't know everybody's business, but I don't think that we had 5, 6, 7, $8 million a year to my thing is right. My thing is even in my mind state if she's not gonna find out, you damn right she's not gonna find out if we in Budapest somewhere, Thailand
But
or wherever.
that's what he was
He's
doing.
he
He was
bruh.
traveling with her. He was traveling with her. So
No, he talking about
that
getting your woman from
it,
that place.
but
No, I'm just
no,
saying
no.
if
He's
my,
saying
my
he would
woman
be
at
moving around doing excursions, right? With whomever. You wouldn't be doing it in Michigan, or you'd be. Well, that's what you're
yeah,
saying.
no,
No, it's like
I
what
wouldn't
Lip
be
said.
doing it in
You don't eat
Michigan,
where you sleep.
Illinois,
Off the grid,
nowhere near that.
Exactly,
off the
exactly.
grid.
Off the grid.
All the way
So,
off. Now I wanna switch gears a little bit, right? So what about like the reported threats of self harm? When he was talking about what he was gonna do to himself. Now
yeah,
what are you guys'
attention,
thoughts on that?
Well, you know what?
attention.
When they said that he broke into her house, I thought he
That
broke
was
into her
attention.
house to like hurt her, not to break into her house to say I'm gonna hurt
but
myself. Like I was
but
like, what?
this is the thing. There's no, like Mario said, alleged,
Allegedly.
because
Alleged.
we don't have any clue about forced entry right now.
No,
Nobody ain't say kick the door down. Ain't none of that. I don't see nothing
Fir-
about that. he may have
To your
pushed
point,
past her.
Chris, if we got this going on, I got a damn key to that place any damn way.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Exactly.
a trust. It's a trust.
Exactly.
It's a breach of trust, or it's something, but it's not. Just like with Sherman. That's why I brought that up. Richard Sherman. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to, when by the time all the details come out, they're not going to be able to prosecute him for what
No.
home invasion and all that nonsense. That's not what this is. These
No,
are
his
two
name on the
adults in a
lease.
consenting relationship that had a fallout, and he lost his job, and it was sensational because he went straight to the reason he lost his job, and it made the
Mm-hmm.
news.
Now, to answer your question from my point of view, when I was doing my thing, I I'm from New York, so I know New York like the back of my head. When I got into a situation, I went to a bridge and I tried to jump, and I was cheating. My wife was there. I called her and said, "Listen, if you don't want to be with me, I got caught cheating." I went and tried to jump off a bridge. The issue was I knew how to swim, so it wasn't that I was trying to kill myself. I just needed the
No,
attention off of what was going on, and I
Yeah,
needed the attention
it,
on
it,
me.
it
So if I'm
diverted.
threatening to kill myself, it's like, oh well, let's forget about what we going through. Let's deal with this now. That's all that
Mario,
was.
Mario,
that's a hell of a diversion, bro.
Hey,
Mario. God damn, Mario.
hey,
I'm so
hey,
happy. I'm so happy
hey,
you here right now.
Right.
even though you can
God,
swim,
Mario, what?
hey,
Hey,
even though you can
I'm being
swim, you hit that
honest.
water and it knock you out. You ain't gonna
No,
swim.
bro.
I'm not gonna swim.
You gonna
Yeah.
swim. Swimming to the
So
bottom.
to answer your
Damn, Mario.
question,
That's how
I
we
think it
gonna
was a
end the year.
diversion.
That's how we end the
Huh?
year with that kind of testimony.
Hey, I'm keeping it.
My
I'm
listen,
keeping it
Hey,
real.
that's
it could
wrong. That's
it
not.
could it could very well be a diversion for the simple fact you got to. I keep listening, man. And my homie, my brother, I see him in the chat. Dudley is saying you don't mess up the bag, bro. You messed up the bag. 30 million, bro. And the thing about it, the bag is on.
Man,
You getting
ain't
the
no
bag,
bag.
but it's the prestige of having a job that
Legacy.
nobody
Yeah,
would think a
legacy.
black man would get
Yeah.
one of
Legacy.
those
He was.
jobs.
The
Mm-hmm.
crazy thing
Yeah.
about it though, not only is he has he been fired, he'll never coach again.
Mm-mm.
Oh
Nah.
no,
He'll never
that's
coach
what.
Oh,
again.
Listen,
oh, Pop Warner. He
Dudley,
could.
Dudley said he couldn't coach at Hopkins Park
He can come
Yeah,
to
after this
right.
Middlesex.
fallout.
He can come to Middlesex.
Yeah, the Coffin Road community will not have him at all.
Yeah.
And this is and
Right.
this is and this is why brothers got to wake up because Christian mentioned Jim Harbaugh earlier. Even with everything Jim Harbaugh went through, he back in the league now. He in the
Yeah,
NFL now.
that's
You
what I
know,
mean.
he's been with the 49ers, went to Michigan. Now he's back in the NFL with the Chargers. And not but when if we mess like we already on short
No,
leash anyway.
they don't
Bam.
Like
understand that,
they
man.
And
looking
that's
for a reason not to give us a job.
back
So I
There are a
to
got a
lot
what
of
I'm
people
question.
saying.
that didn't want him there, and
Mhm.
now
From day
all they
one.
got to do is say, "See, we told you."
That's who the whistleblower was. The
Yeah, that's
whistleblower
what I'm
was that
saying.
guy.
So, like
I
people
don't,
thought
I
he
don't know
Yeah,
who
deserved
the,
the job.
I
to
don't know
my
who the next.
understanding, the woman that he was with, her pops is like an NFL guy, like an executive, a coach, or something. He has to do with the NFL.
Oh, well, he
Mm.
gonna
So
be in the league soon. He gonna be coaching there soon.
Man, listen,
He probably
I don't
assistant or
know who the
something. He'll
no,
get a
next.
job.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
he
who the
know how to
next 10
win.
coaches at Michigan
He
gonna
know how
be,
to
but I
win.
know
He's
they're not
cool.
gonna be a brother.
Yeah,
No,
But I got a
that's true.
question. What if after all of this, allegedly, what if they find out that it was all false? Now what?
Mm-hmm.
he
Well,
he gonna have a whole lot more than $30 million.
mm-hmm.
that's a
But
lawsuit.
I'm suing
but
I'm
will he
suing
get his
every element.
coach's job back?
Mm-hmm.
He
Because
won't need
Nah,
it
look at
back.
all of
If
the
he
nope,
gets sued,
players.
he won't need
nope.
it
Look at all
back.
of the players that have gotten caught up and the allegations were false. Their whole career is gone. They can't play football, basketball, baseball. Like, is it? I'm just asking. Is it the same?
Again, that's why a part of the layers of this is the effects of it is white privilege. It is. That's
Hmm.
exactly what
No,
it is. Jim
Trumpism.
Chris, I agree with you on
Harbaugh,
that. That was a
yeah,
major factor for me.
yeah, Harbaugh, his brother was in the NFL already. So for
Hmm.
him to make that transition, he is who he is. He fits the bill, the mold, that way.
Right.
and a lot of us would not have. You know, this like the brother was saying, it's hard to even get a job as a head coach, and you're a black male. You know,
Hmm.
he had a degree of persuasion inside the organization because he came in with a championship. You
Right.
know, he won a national championship. So it's like they're heralding him because he had performed. This is your offensive line coach. He controlled the
Hmm.
game. Whoever that offensive line, when y'all know what I mean, that follow football.
Hmm.
And I think he coached quarterbacks. So he really
Yeah, he
was
was the offensive coordinator. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So his skill set is high. It's not he learned under tutelage of people that have performed on high levels. So he knows, you know what I mean? He really has the virtue.
Hmm.
But he's not gonna get a olive leaf from anybody. Like I was just saying, he's not gonna get another job. Harbaugh got slapped on the wrist. And then when it got out in the media, they came back and tried to punish him more, you know, to make it seem right in the public eye, and
In the
then they
public
let him
eye.
bow out and go into the NFL. I'm not saying that the same thing should happen for Mr. Moore, but what I'm saying is that they're two different, they're
I
two
got you.
different, you know what I mean, paths
Two different
that we see these things
paths.
go.
Hmm. Now,
Yeah. The thing about it is that's a it's the race part is a major element to this because we've seen it time and time again, man, where the our Anglo Caucasus Mountain counterparts are afforded opportunities and chances that
Not
a
the
brother
Caucasus
is
Mountain. Yeah.
is not. And that's why I'm saying is that listen, man, I promise you, if I hit the number tomorrow, if somebody say Aaron make an album, they gonna front me 10 million. I promise you, I will have the same people that I'm looking at right now around me. It's not gonna be any new people that is going to cloud what the bigger picture is or whatnot. I don't know
I
how many. First of all, he he had again. We had the wife, and it's been said that she knew because the whole campus knew. The whole Ann Arbor knew that this situation was going on. Right? I can't. No, man. I just cannot
So
risk all that. Listen,
again,
man. My great grandchildren's great grandchildren set up the right way is going to live off of, because the 30 million was just this contract. He
mhm,
young.
he was about
We
to get
looking at
another. Yeah.
we looking at the possibility. We're talking about him losing 30 million on this contract. This was this contract. The way that the Michigan following is and the friends of the program or whatnot, I will not. It's not too far fetched for me to think that Harbaugh won a championship, and he was the OC when they won that championship, and then Harbaugh, because of his mess,
hmm And pick
played
him.
to the
Us in the
NFL.
league.
I
Hmm
would not venture to say because of this playoff system and whatnot that Michigan, the University of Michigan, would not have won another national championship under his leadership in the next 3 to 5 years. So that 30 million was that first contract, and had he
hmm
been a Harbaugh, it would have been 60 million.
Billion. You got a coach right now about to get hired for 84 million. So I mean,
So you
yeah,
think
the
it's just
numbers.
the lack of discipline with black men, or the
Uh,
lack of discipline with
no,
men in these high
that's
positions?
no.
yeah,
I don't
that's
believe
what.
it. That part don't have it. It's not just because he's a black man, but
Yeah,
because he's a black man, he ought to know better.
and this is what I'm gonna say on that note. Because he's a black male, it ended the way it ended, or it's ending the way it's taking that course. I'm gonna say that I feel that way because there are others that have been in similar situations that may not be a black man. Now,
Mm.
granted, in this situation, he was a head coach of a very famous and prominent football team. But when we isolate the picture, like again, if we don't protect our leaders, if we don't really examine,
Excuse me.
the brother was saying, alleged, like if we don't examine, like is he already guilty? Is that what we're doing? So
Mm.
with Michigan firing him, I can see them saying, "Hey, this conduct wasn't going to work for us." They were on a university plane or outing when it happened. So they were kissing the whole time. I don't know what they got that they hung their decision on, but I know they're not stupid and wouldn't just come up with a blanket allegation with no facts to corroborate it or substantiate what they're saying. And I'm back to what Aaron was saying. This is all like proximity on one level. Again, this man got enough money. He can go. He can have 3 or 4 come to wherever he at whenever he wants. But he didn't choose to do that. So this was probably a gradual, type bill relationship that ended up turning left on him. And he went for the okie doke. You know what I mean? She got in his comfort zone. She know what she was dealing with. Do you think this woman didn't know what she was dealing with?
Her
So
mama
she,
and daddy and grandma and
everybody,
granddaddy knew.
she had a plan. He was
The whole
targeted.
family.
He got it from the top and the bottom.
Got him, bro. I
Isolated,
can't believe he was that stupid, man. I
isolated.
just can't get
But
over
I
You
that
are
think
part.
hurt, Aaron. Aaron, you hurt.
I
Because
think
it's,
We
you don't
all are.
understand when it comes to sports and positions, this is like
The Holy
if
Grail.
as far as football, this is like being the CEO of Apple or
Apple, yeah.
Samsung or like that's that type of job at Michigan. And the thing about it is, you might not have had an undefeated season or things of that nature, but you competed and you did well because they want you to fail when they give you these jobs. My
Right.
man, that's at Notre Dame. That's a brother that got that. That's another crazy job for this profession.
The Dame, yeah.
They wanted him to fail. He was not failing at his job. He was winning games like I said, in the next 3 to 5 years, he's going to be in contention for the Big Ten
Mhm.
championship or whatnot. And arguably, outside of the SEC, the Big 12 and Big Ten have been the probably the next best leagues when it comes
Absolutely.
to NCAA athletics. When it
Absolutely.
comes to basketball, the Big 12 probably may have more teams in the tournament than the ACC or SEC. It's going that way. He in the Big Ten is right there in the mix with those teams. It's just that it is disheartening because for whatever reason, up until this point, he did all the things that you needed to do. I'm talking about grinding. He wasn't given any of those positions that he had up until this point, being the offensive coordinator for University of Michigan on the national championship team. Nothing was given to him because nothing is given to black guys when these he had to earn that, and for you to squander it. Here's another thing. It's a sidebar for me. When I don't understand when black guys just feel they have to have a white woman
Oh my
because
God.
when I tell you
That
that I
means you
feel
Please,
have
like
hey,
arrived.
hey,
when I
please
feel
don't get
like
me
the black
started.
woman is the best thing that has been ever created, so much in fact that if you feel like you need a woman that is Hispanic or exotic or what, I guarantee you that there is a type of black woman that look like each and every category of that other woman you feel like you need, including a white woman. We got some black women that is the imitation of life. However, they black. Just go get you a black woman, man, and
It's
keep
that
your
simple.
$30 million. That's all I
It's really that
just.
simple. And
It's that simple.
again, I might be biased, but I promise you, I bet you $1 to a donut. If it was a sister, we probably wouldn't even
No,
be here
Oh,
right now.
wouldn't even be the
oh no,
story.
of
We
course
If
wouldn't
not.
even be here right now.
if it were a white male, we probably wouldn't be here right
Oh,
now, and that's
absolutely
What
the
not.
whole
happened to
thing.
that
Yeah.
CEO? The CEO that got caught on the
Oh, he probably still CEOing.
he
He
probably still
probably
CEO.
he he probably still CEOing.
Wait for the media to die
Pro-
down and brush it
probably
under the
still
rug. Keep moving.
Right.
probably still
I,
CEOing.
that's the first time that I've even heard it mentioned since it happened when you just said it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all the way outside having a good time. I swear he was having a good
Yeah,
time.
to
Ball.
my hugging at the game when they
Yeah.
yeah
Super
yeah yeah
affectionate.
yeah
Now
they
and what
trying
Love
to
an
run.
affectionate
yeah.
man. Just love
Nah,
that.
Yeah.
And while we're here, right now, Mario, you had your hand raised. You had a comment.
I did. I think, and I believe the brother touched on it a little bit about the lottery. I think, and I just saw this. He didn't have the right people in his circle because let's just say I win the lottery tomorrow. I'm gonna see us five and look and say, listen, this is what I think I should do. But the accountability comes from different aspects of people. Chris, you may say, hey, brother, you may want to do this and invest. My brother up top may want to say, hey, man, you need to leave these girls alone and just focus on what you got going on. My man over here, Aaron, might say, hey, brother, you may want to go back to school. All of us are friends in different arenas, but we all have different mindsets and different goals that we're trying to accomplish. And I think that's the issue with black men when it comes to uh
Mm-hmm.
let's just say, power.
Mm-hmm. They hit a
Power.
glass ceiling,
They hit
and,
a glass ceiling.
yeah,
He didn't
and he
have
was,
anybody to pull him
yes, he
and
was
say,
ruffling
hey, brother,
feathers.
hey, brother, you
That's
know what I mean?
exactly that's
So I
exactly what
think
I was
that's
saying.
that's the issue. I have one best friend. I've known this dude for 20 something years.
Hmm.
When I do or write something and I make a post, he calls me before I even hit the period and be like, hey, take it down.
Yeah,
Take it down. And I'm
telling
like,
you,
no,
man.
no, no, take it down. I have that person. I have somebody else that's like, hey man, your fashion is, you know what I mean? I have different people that's
Hmm.
pulling me and telling me this is what it is, this is what it ain't. So I think
A,
that's
a,
that's what we're missing.
or a crew of accountability when black folks is doing so well, and we don't want to get caught in that mix of what makes the other side. Some of them is they're so entitled and greedy
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
don't that's not even in our DNA, man. Like we hold each other accountable, but we've gotten away from that
Absolutely.
because we've become more successful on the day to day, right?
Yeah.
But I
Mm.
promise you, man, I got a crew of homies. I actually got like two crew of homies that I'm kind of the centerpiece, and this side coexist with the other side, and everybody holds each other accountable, and
Facts.
it's for the better of it, man. Pray for each other,
Hmm.
just counsel each other, whatnot. That's so important. That brother didn't have nothing but that woman,
Them women.
daddy, and his in-laws or whatnot in his ear. I promise you it was like that. He probably
They
forgot
Yeah.
were they were
everything.
in his ear, but they weren't giving him the right ear.
So you think
Right.
he the only child?
No,
He the only
they
child?
was yeah, the manipulative. They saw
Yeah.
the cash cow. She has to do nothing but
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
lay there and reap the benefits of a $30 million contract. Yeah, you don't.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Indeed.
Somebody do you. And I'm paying attention to y'all. This is so good, and I'm paying attention to the chat and whatnot. And Jessica just said another key point to me that my partner said before I left my little venue before we jumped on. It's such a big picture when it comes to that job and the rivalry between the current last national championship, which is Ohio State, and then the one before that was Michigan. Some people say that had he not lost to Ohio State this year, that
Mm-hmm. It
it
may
would not
never
have come
happen.
out.
Oh yeah.
Again, because he's the black man with this diamond job.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
And
bring
we
him
think
down.
we think that rivalry between Clemson and Carolina is something being here in South Carolina. Some people say, and it's crazy because in the chat it was said, and it was said to me when people were talking to me, letting them know I was getting ready to go to the podcast. They said, and this came from a Michigan fan. He said, with all that stuff, he mentioned all the muck and mirror that Harbaugh had gone through and got a slap in the wrist and $100 million contract or whatever he got in the NFL.
Hmm.
Had he not lost to Ohio State this year, we might not have known nothing
Hmm.
about this.
Nothing
Probably
about.
not.
I agree.
I agree.
Some feathers got ruffled, somebody got upset, and like I tell this was the old alumni guy. Like he was like prominent in the alumni that called him out. He was a ex Michigan player. He he called him out about it. He started pushing buttons, and they noticed. And I think one of the someone interviewed him and asked him why he did it. You know, did he think about the families involved and stuff like that when he did it? And he was like, he didn't care. He thought the culture was out of control since the Harbaugh days, Jim
Hmm.
Harbaugh days. So that's that Trumpism. It's like, hey, y'all getting out of, we're gonna dial you back. Like you're doing too much now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're DEI and now you're changing the culture. This is traditionally we did it like this, and now you're doing it like that. So to what Mario was saying, you're up here and you're changing things that these people may feel are traditional, and now you're adding a new twist to them, and then you're coming from this hue of skin and you're doing it. And I
Mhm.
think
Yeah,
I
all
I
of
got a
gotta
that
go
was
get
question.
the rest of
offensive.
mine.
Chris, I got a question.
Bring me the
Mhm.
rest of mine.
And I'm gonna take a small turn.
Okay.
Hurry
Do
up.
you think uh with everything that's going on, aside from him, now hear what I'm saying. Aside from him, with everything else going on, do you think there's a higher power that's controlling that? I don't want to say it.
Mhm. I like you say, mojo, like a hidden hand. I think it's not really a hidden hand. I think it's more of a cultural consignment. It's like they've taken on certain people. When I say they, the
That's what I'm saying. I don't want
Trump,
to
this is
say.
The Trumpians. Okay, they're carrying the Trump with
Mhm.
them. So they've taken on a responsibility in their eyes to correct the things that are deviating on their own or by whatever method or mode they feel they, and that is a real thing. We know it's a real thing because we see the changes in public policy.
Right.
Realtors will tell you one time they could go 3 years and they could be
Mm.
a broker. Now they got to go 5. Maybe too many years to get in the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to be a mortgage broker. Well, you got to be sponsored. You got to have somebody that is already in that can bring
Hmm.
you in, or you can't get in.
Already in.
So if
The
that
people
ain't
that already control
nepotism
it.
or white
Hmm.
supremacy or something, when you're the dominant culture, it's gonna benefit you. If you don't know that person, you're never gonna get in. You see what I'm saying? These things have
Right.
changed as of recently. They're not, you know. So I think to what you had said, Mario, I think there is a different atmosphere, and that we got to be cognitive of. And people, again, he use more judgment, better judgment
Judgment.
situation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Discipline.
Right. And I'm
Discipline.
and I have I got one final question for everybody, right? And
Okay.
because I'm a firm believer that I believe in learning from other people's mistakes. All right. So if I don't have to make the mistake myself, if you happen to make the mistake and I can learn from you, I mean, I'm all for it, right? So like if there's one lesson that you want everybody to take away from this, and Mario, we'll start with you. Just give me one lesson you want everybody to take away from this situation.
Uh, the first word that came to me was accountability. Take accountability.
Hmm.
That's all.
Hmm.
Accountability.
Hmm.
Accountability. That's the first thing that came to me.
All right. Indeed. Aaron, what about you, brother?
He, bro, I mean, that's the resounding word, man. Like when I spoke of the guys or the people that's around him, that's encompasses that one word, accountability. He ha- it's so crazy leading into this, and I'm so glad that y'all asked me to be a part of this because it's our community. This is something that happened to our community,
Hmm.
and it's crazy. People have been talking about it in the very first conversation that I've had with somebody, and then it went on from there. Is that the fact that he had nobody
Hmm.
around him
Isolated.
to level him out?
Mm,
Everything they said, is embodied by the word accountability. Mario said that's what it is.
Hmm.
Um, Shannon does say some words. She made mention a few times of the word discipline, and that comes into to play as well. But I feel like, yeah, it's accountability, man. And
Hmm.
those people around, if you have some people around you that hold you accountable, then they are
You'll be
disciplined.
different.
Hmm.
Yeah, you'll definitely be different. But yeah, that's the thing, man. It's just, and I love everybody. I promise you, anybody that know me,
Me
they
too.
know that I love everybody.
Me
But
too.
have people to hold you accountable and leave them people alone.
Hmm. Look, yeah.
That's all. Leave them
I'm
people
a
alone.
I'm gonna chime in and agree with Aaron and with what Mario had to say on accountability, but I'm gonna add a little wrinkle to it. I think his problem was being a black male coming into a place like that had a culture already, right? And I think he ended up immersing himself in that culture and thinking and normalizing it. All right. And then some of those things that you were talking about that should have been red flags, his guard came down because his predecessor in the culture, and he should have, like you said, had someone to dial in and say, hey, stay accountable. Even though you're in the space with these people and they're doing that, you might want to raise the bar back up again because you're going
Mhm.
to be looked at differently. You know, Jim
Mhm.
could do that stuff and get away with it, but not you,
Hmm.
not now. So I think that's what, like you said, accountability, it boils down to that. And like understanding where we are in time and space.
Indeed. Shannon, let's go ahead and get your Shannonism.
Well, first of all, I'm sitting here thinking y'all didn't need me tonight. I could have just, went and got my nails done.
We only
You
here
know,
because of you.
like true, true, true. So I appreciate all y'all being on here, and I think, going back to what my brother was just talking about, and all y'all, the discipline, the accountability, or just recognizing that when you do it, it's gonna be very different from when he did it.
Mm-hmm.
And remembering that, and I think I remember watching CNN, and one of the commentators was on there saying how he didn't identify as a black man; he just identified as an individual, right? And I feel like these people get in these positions and forget that they are black.
Mm-hmm.
They forget that they're not just individuals, and that the weight of that
Mm-hmm.
is so much bigger than just
Mm-hmm.
your individual self.
They started to feel. Mm-hmm.
You're talking about our community, our culture, the ability for us to get more opportunity. Like we keep talking about,
Mm-hmm.
there probably never be another black coach at Michigan. And
Not
just
never.
you're not keeping that in the forefront of your mind with every action, every step that you take is just diabolical to me. Um, that's all I know about Sherrone Moore. That name will forever be stuck in my head now about him just being, like I put on my post, just a fool. Period.
You,
Period. That's
mm,
all I got.
you know you done fucked up, right?
Right?
Hey, it's cool. It
Nah,
ain't
and I
doing.
do want
There's
to
a
thank
problem
everybody
not
for
doing
coming
it.
on and joining us. This was a great conversation, man.
I
And as we
appreciate
wrap up,
y'all.
so situations like this, it reminds us that choices made in private can have real and lasting consequences, not just for careers. It can be for families and really for everyone connected to the fallout. So these conversations, although they aren't easy, they're definitely necessary if accountability is really going to mean anything, right? And the
Mhm.
only thing that I'll end the conversation with is, I mean, for me, I live in South Carolina. We don't get a lot of snow, so I have zero need to play in it. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Word.
All right. So
I ain't
again,
got no
thank you
snow
guys for tapping
boots.
in with us for this, that, and the third. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed. You guys
Bye,
enjoy.
y'all.
No question.
Thank y'all.
All
Thank
right, y'all
y'all.
take care.